Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I am so glad you found this video, and please subscribe right now because we have something very exciting to talk about today. On July 1st, 2026, an announcement was made that sent the K-pop world into an immediate celebration, generated congratulations trending across multiple social media platforms, and confirmed something that millions of fans around the world had known for a long time but that now has official recognition behind it. K-idol, one of the most widely used and globally recognized K-pop fan voting and community platforms, announced the final results of their Heart Pick poll for the category titled the #1 K-pop Idol Slaying Global Festivals. And when the votes from fans all over the world were counted, one name stood at the top. Not Tzuyu of Twice, who came in second place. Not G-Dragon of Big Bang, who came in third place. The #1 K-pop idol dominating global festivals, as voted by fans worldwide through the K-idol platform, is Jimin of BTS. So today we are talking about this win, what it means, why it is completely deserved, and the extraordinary context of achievement that surrounds it. Let's get into it. Let's start by understanding what this poll actually is and why it matters. K-idol is one of the largest K-pop fan engagement platforms in the world, used by millions of fans across dozens of countries to vote, rank, and celebrate their favorite artists. The Heart Pick feature on K-idol allows fans to participate in themed polls on specific topics related to K-pop culture and fandom. The category for this particular poll, the #1 K-pop idol slaying global festivals, is specifically about which K-pop idol most dominates the global festival circuit. Not just domestic Korean popularity. Not just social media presence within K-pop communities. But the specific question of which idol, when placed on the biggest stages in the global entertainment landscape, commands the most attention, generates the most impact, and leaves the most lasting impression on audiences and industry observers worldwide. The fact that this category exists at all reflects something important about where K-pop has arrived in 2026. The question of which K-pop idol dominates global festivals is now a meaningful and consequential question, because K-pop idols are now genuinely present and genuinely dominant on global festival stages. This was not always the case. A decade ago, the idea that a K-pop artist would be discussed in the same conversation as the biggest acts on the global festival circuit would have been aspirational at best. Today it is simply a description of reality. And at the center of that reality, for consecutive years and across multiple categories of measurement, is Jimin. In the Mayboy Group Individual Brand Reputation Report released by the Korea Corporate Reputation Institute, Jimin recorded a brand reputation index of 6,447,417 million points, marking his 58th overall first-place finish. Link analysis revealed high mentions of perfect, enthusiastic, and breakthrough, while keyword analysis highlighted Army, World Tour, and Mexico. The 58th overall first-place finish. Let that number sit for a moment. 58 times at the top of the individual brand reputation rankings. Not 58 times across a few months, across a measurement period that spans years of consistent dominance in the most competitive individual rankings in K-pop. That level of sustained, consistent first-place performance across that many ranking periods is something that even the most casual observer of K-pop industry data would find extraordinary. BTSJimin once again demonstrated his unparalleled brand power by securing the #1 spot in both the June Idol Integrated Individual Brand Reputation and the Boy Group Individual Brand Reputation rankings released by the Korea Corporate Reputation Institute. This marks his 34th overall #1 ranking in the Idol Integrated Individual Brand Reputation and his 59th overall #1 ranking in the Boy Group Individual Brand Reputation. So by June 2026, Jimin had reached his 59th first-place finish in the Boy Group Individual Brand Reputation rankings. And now, with the K-idol Heart Pick result announced on July 1st, he has added another specific and meaningful recognition to that already remarkable record, #1 K-pop idol dominating global festivals, as voted by fans from around the world. Now let's talk about the competition, because understanding who Jimin beat in this poll is important for appreciating the scale of what this recognition represents. In second place was Tzuyu of Twice. Tzuyu is one of the most recognizable and globally beloved figures in all of K-pop. She is the face of one of the most successful girl groups in the history of the genre, a group that has built a passionate international fanbase across nearly a decade of consistent output, world tours, and cross-cultural appeal. Twice has performed at major festivals and arenas worldwide. Tzuyu personally is one of the most followed K-pop idols on social media and one of the most recognizable K-pop figures to mainstream international audiences. Coming in second place in a poll about global festival dominance is a genuine achievement, a reflection of her real and substantial international presence. The fact that Jimin finished ahead of her is a statement about the level at which he operates. In third place was gdragon of Big Bang. If you know anything about the history of K-pop, you know what gdragon's name means to that history. He is widely regarded as one of the most influential figures the genre has ever produced, a pioneer who helped shape the sound, the aesthetic, and the cultural positioning of K-pop at a global level across a career that spans well over a decade. His individual brand power is legendary. His influence on younger generations of K-pop artists is immeasurable. His own global festival presence, across multiple comeback cycles and across the full span of his career, is something that entire industry conversations have been built around. And Jimin finished ahead of him too. This is the company that Jimin beat. Not emerging acts, not one-hit phenomena, not artists who are popular within K-pop circles but largely unknown outside them. Tzuyu of Twice and gdragon of Big Bang. And Jimin was first. By fan vote, through a global community of people who were asked specifically about the global festival stage and who they believe dominates it most completely, Jimin was first. Jimin's prowess in the brand rankings that are calculated every month is undeniable. He is an undisputed king of the list, having ruled for numerous consecutive years, and only a few other K-pop stars have occasionally surpassed him, only for the singer to be back at the #1 spot once again in the following month. That description, undisputed king of the list, having ruled for numerous consecutive years, is not fan language. It is the language of industry analysis, describing objectively measurable performance across years of data points. And it maps perfectly onto what the Kyoto Heartpick result confirms: Jimin is not having a good month. He is not benefiting from a temporary boost from a recent viral moment. He is the product of years of consistent, top-level performance across every dimension by which K-pop artists are measured. The timing of this announcement is also worth thinking about carefully, because the Kyoto Heartpick result was announced on July 1, 2026, right in the middle of the European leg of the BTS Arirang World Tour, with Brussels concerts happening on July 1 and 2, London next on the schedule, and the entire tour ongoing since April. As evidenced by the brand reputation analysis filled with world tour-related keywords, Jimin is making headlines with his captivating visuals and stage manners. He continues to demonstrate his presence as a representative K-pop artist. The connection between the tour's ongoing momentum and the timing of this recognition is not coincidental. Jimin is being recognized as the #1 idol dominating global festivals at the precise moment when he is, in real time, performing at global festivals and generating the kind of viral, cross-platform, internationally reaching content that defines what global festival domination actually looks like in practice. Let's talk about what Jimin's global festival presence actually looks like in concrete terms, because it is one thing to say he dominates global stages and another thing to look at the evidence of what that domination actually consists of. The Arirang World Tour itself is the most direct and most vivid illustration. BTS have reclaimed their top spots on the individual male idol brand reputation rankings once again, with Jimin, Jungkook, and Jin topping the rankings. The tour, which began in April 2026 in Goyang, South Korea, has proceeded through Japan, the United States, and now Europe, with every stop generating its own wave of viral content and cultural conversation. In every city, in every country, in every stadium, Jimin has been one of the primary sources of the moments that generate the most immediate and most far-reaching online response. The hair evolution that gave every city its own iconic visual moment. The freestyle dance segments that have captured millions of views at every stop. The human moments, noticing the fan in distress in Brussels, making promises to Spanish fans about returning, that generate the emotional content that spreads beyond fan communities into mainstream conversation. This is what global festival domination looks like. It is not just about showing up on a stage and performing well, though Jimin does that at a level that critics and industry professionals have consistently praised. It is about generating cultural impact that extends beyond the concert itself, that reaches people who are not in the stadium, that creates content that travels across platforms and across language barriers and across the borders of fandom. Every city on the Arirang World Tour has a Jimin moment that becomes a story. Every story generates another wave of conversation and recognition. And the cumulative effect of that is exactly what the K-idol Heartpick result reflects, a global community of fans who have watched this happen, city by city, and concluded without hesitation that yes, this is the idol who dominates global festivals. The other dimension of Jimin's global festival presence that the Heartpick recognition reflects is his performance as a brand figure at the international level. Jimin is the global ambassador for Dior, one of the most prestigious luxury fashion houses in the world, with a cultural presence that extends far beyond any single fandom or any single genre of music. His attendance at Dior events, his placement within their campaign imagery, his presence at their runway shows, all of these create touchpoints with audiences who follow international fashion rather than K-pop, who discover Jimin through the Dior lens and then follow the thread back to the music in the tour. This kind of multi-directional cultural presence, where the music leads to the fashion and the fashion leads back to the music, where the concert stage and the runway and the brand campaign all feed into the same expanding recognition, is exactly what dominating global festivals means in the fullest sense of the phrase. Jimin's solo single, who just spent 50 weeks on the Billboard Global 200 in the global singles excluding the US chart, where it peaked at number 108 and number 66 respectively. This overwhelming achievement makes him the first Asian artist to have 2 songs remain on both charts. 50 weeks on the Billboard Global 200. The first Asian artist to achieve that milestone with 2 separate songs. This is the kind of concrete, measurable, industry-recognized achievement that provides the foundation beneath everything else, beneath the Heartpick win, beneath the brand reputation rankings, beneath the viral moments on the Ararang tour stage. The global festival dominance that the K-idol poll is recognizing is not built on air. It is built on records, on chart performance, on the kind of sustained commercial and critical presence that makes an artist genuinely global rather than simply internationally known. Now I want to talk about what this win means for the broader conversation about K-pop's global position, because I think there is something important here that goes beyond Jimin specifically. The question, who is the #1 K-pop idol dominating global festivals, is a question that would have been impossible to meaningfully ask 20 years ago, barely meaningful to ask 10 years ago, and is now not only meaningful but urgent and genuinely contested. The fact that fans around the world are participating in polls on this specific topic reflects a fundamental shift in how K-pop is positioned in the global entertainment landscape. It is no longer a regional phenomenon that occasionally breaks through to international attention. It is a genuinely global industry, producing artists who compete for the same audience attention and the same cultural real estate as the biggest acts from any other part of the world. Jimin winning this poll is, in that sense, not just a recognition of his individual achievement. It is a demonstration of where K-pop has arrived. The idol who fans around the world identify as most dominant on the global festival stage is a Korean artist, performing in a Korean group, making music that is rooted in Korean culture and aesthetics while simultaneously communicating something that resonates with audiences everywhere. The Ararang World Tour itself, with its deliberate, central embrace of Korean cultural elements, its stage design referencing Korean architecture and its choreography drawing from traditional Korean dance forms, is the most complete expression of that dual identity that BTS has ever produced. And Jimin, as the artist that fans identify as the face of that global festival dominance, is carrying both of those things at once, the deep Korean cultural roots and the universal human resonance. The recognition from K-idol on July 1, 2026, is one data point in a pattern of recognition that has followed Jimin consistently across the entire span of his career at the solo and group level. But it is a particularly meaningful data point because of what it measures, not just popularity within K-pop, not just brand value within the industry, but the specific quality of presence on the global stage that defines what it means to dominate in an era when K-pop is genuinely competing for that global stage on equal terms with everyone else. Congratulations to Jimin. The results are in, the votes have been counted, and the verdict from fans around the world is clear. When the lights come up on the global festival stage, there is one K-pop idol who stands above everyone else. And that idol is ParkJimin. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it valuable, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content covering Jimin, BTS, and all the moments, big and small, that define what this era of K-pop actually looks like. Drop a comment below and tell me, were you surprised by the result, or did you always know this was coming? And congratulations to every single ARMY who voted and made this recognition possible. I will see you in the next one.